Hello guys and welcome. Today I need to get ready for the day and I thought I would record it because I've been absent for a little bit and I've had a couple rough weeks, so I'll just kind of talk to you about it. I'm gonna try some new makeup that was sent in PR. Honestly, I have quite a lot of PR stuff, but I'm not gonna focus on that. Whatever I feel like using, I'll use. And yeah, it's just gonna be a very chill, chatty get ready with me. I do have my coffee here because it is very needed. I don't know if the camera can pick up how dark my under eyes are. So yeah, Andrew made me an iced coffee, which I'm very thankful for, with a little cream. And yeah, grab something to drink. You can grab your makeup and we can get ready together. I have these cute clips from Tilt and I think I'm gonna actually use them today to keep my hair out of my face for the makeup. Cute. Make them kind of even. Okay, so I'm gonna moisturize my skin first. I'm gonna use the Tatcha Dewy Skin. I've been loving this so much. It's perfect for under makeup. So I'm gonna put a little bit of this. I don't think I've done a full makeup in the past couple of weeks, but once, maybe twice, because I was forced. And even then it was very, very minimal. So I'm missing makeup, but I just feel like my skin is sensitive. I feel like I have a lot of extra spots in my eyes. Oh dear, my eyes are so swollen and they're in pain. Not so much anymore. If you follow me on Instagram, I did post a little kind of update and my eyes were so swollen and red. I had so many kind messages, which was very sweet, but a lot of people thought that maybe I had pink eye, some sort of infection. It ended up clearing out. I don't think it was pink eye because I've had pink eye before, but I've been struggling with just getting good sleep and I've been sick. I've been sick for, I want to say 2 weeks straight. And before that, I've had a lot of shoulder pain. So I just feel like I have been absent for, I don't know, 2 months now. And I know that my channel has suffered because of that. Also, the kids are out of school, which is something good and bad because obviously it's a little bit louder and I have to be with them a lot more. So it makes it harder to record. I'm using the Tarte Pore Filling Primer, Timeless Smoothing Primer. That one, you kind of have to be careful. If you over apply, it can peel, but you have to kind of work with the product. But I like it. Oh, I was gonna put these lip stains. I wear lip stains pretty much every single day. And I thought I would show you what I do because I'm not sure if I showed you before. I am using today the Sacheu and I do have two colors here, the 4 and 2 Hazle and Mauve. And I want to make sure that there's nothing on my lips. So I rub it with whatever towel I have here. And then I take Hazle first and I outline this. And under here, and then I do kind of feather this in a little bit. Now, this is not going to be the only lip I do today. I just love having this as a base, and then I use other products on top. And I like to make a line here and here. I put something over it, but I do think it kind of contours a little bit the lip. It makes it look a little bit fuller. And then I take the shade Mauve and fill it in everywhere. I even go over the Hazle color because I think it blends it in really nicely. That's it. I'll keep these on while I do my base and then I'll just peel them off. Sometimes I leave them for 5 minutes, 2 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever. Okay, what foundation should we use today? Ooh, Trinny London sent me a couple of things, so I'm gonna go get those. Okay, I have their tinted serum, which this is exciting. Also their concealer and then a lip and cheek. Also Chantecaille sent me their new collection 3 cheek gelée and then 3 glosses. We'll try one of those on, but let's try the Trinny London. Have you guys tried these? I feel like a few years ago it was quite popular. I was hearing a lot of people talk about them. This is in the shade Binky, and I don't have a tan on right now. So let's see how that works. So what I was saying is that a few years ago, I remember a lot of people talking about it. And then since then, I haven't heard anybody. Okay, the texture is kind of creamy, almost moussey a little bit, and the color looks orangey, but maybe has very little coverage and it'll blend in, maybe. Maybe not. I don't want a lot of coverage because I would rather use concealer than have too much on my face, but we'll see how this goes. I think the color will be fine. It seems to blend in really nicely. I'm just using my fingers because with a texture like this, I tend to like using my fingers because it doesn't have a ton of coverage. It's kind of like a tinted moisturizer, but it's evening out my skin really nicely. Okay, that looks really nice. I think it'll be really nice when I'm a little bit more tan, when I've been outside, but lately I have been in bed for, it feels like 2 weeks in a row, but I had like a couple days break here and there. I don't even know what I had. Exhausted, then I had some like actual sickness, like where my throat hurt, then I think lack of sleep. I don't know if I would call it insomnia. I think there were some days where it was straight up insomnia, some days where I would either fall asleep but would wake up, and if I fall asleep it's definitely late. Also, this video isn't to pity myself or just complain. Hopefully it doesn't come across like that. It's just more of an explanation, I guess, so you guys know where I am mentally and physically and why, you know, sometimes I may not be here. But yeah, I've been struggling more than I realized because my health hasn't been good. And again, I will go get some tests done because I've been dizzy every time I get up and I've been exhausted, even though some nights I do get decent sleep, or so I think. So just overall, it feels like I never feel right. I even stopped training for, I want to say, a couple weeks because of exhaustion and kind of sickness. And I think that mentally is hard for me because training, if you don't know, I train jiu-jitsu, but that keeps me almost mentally sane. And mostly now having the kids at home during the summertime, it's just a lot happening. So it's my escape. And I think in the past couple of weeks, I just kind of realized how much this is affecting me. Before, like I mentioned, I struggled a lot with my shoulder pain, and so I couldn't train as much either. So I just feel like I've never been where I should be. So I do have a plan. I do plan to go see a doctor to get tests done to make sure that, you know, just my body is right, and try to fix that if it's not, and then kind of get back to training. I think I'm going to pull this off. So if I do this, you'll see that there's the flap there, and it just comes right off, and you have a really pretty stain. And then I'll like wipe off the rest. I just take a tissue and wipe all of that off. Okay, so that is the lip. If I left this on for longer, it would have gotten a little bit deeper, but I actually want just a bit of a stain because I love lip products and I love to play with them. And yeah, this is kind of the first layer. Okay, I think this base looks really, really nice. I barely notice it on the skin. I love the coverage. I think it's perfect. It's on the lighter side, but it's very, very beautiful. So even the color, I think it eventually blended into my skin. Maybe my skin is a little bit darker, but yeah, this is again the shade Binky. I really like this. Okay, let's see the concealer. I put it somewhere right here. I am a little bit all over the place because of again, this constant tiredness, which makes me think that maybe I have anemia or something like that that is making me tired, because it's not that, oh, I'm tired because I'm a mom, you know, and I just need to sleep a little bit. I think it's a combination of a few things. Okay, so this is the concealer. This is in the shade Rhiannah. It looks like a good shade. I have no idea how much coverage it has, so I'm just putting a little bit. This feels so nice because this is like cooling, so it feels nice on my kind of swollen eyes. That was so weird. So I got this almost like an infection, like my eyes were so swollen, red, but it wasn't like the pink eye red. It was different, kind of like a combination between tiredness, like exhaustion, and an infection. And I was sick before. It's just been sickness constantly. I feel like from one thing to another. And Andrew and I were joking that like my throat just started bothering me swallowing, and I'm like, oh, why not? I mean, might as well, you know, finish all of them, all the sicknesses in a month. Okay, this doesn't have a ton of coverage, but it's very pretty. It's kind of what I want right now. It's a very hydrating. Maybe I did need a little bit more coverage for today, but I don't want to have a ton of makeup either. I think that would feel too much. It's a very hydrating. I definitely think it's beautiful, absolutely stunning, but I need a little bit more coverage today. What do you guys think? Also, the color is nice. It's almost like a corrector because it's a little peachy. A little bit, not too much. That is so hydrating and healthy looking. I'm just taking my sponge and pushing it in. This is a Cils sponge and I actually really like it. But when it comes to sponges, you know, the Amazon ones are just fine. I'm just taking my Hourglass concealer and adding a little bit of extra coverage here. And I have some spots around. Again, I don't know why. It's not like I've been wearing makeup or anything. I don't know. My skin's not being doing well. But because of this kind of physical exhaustion, tiredness, and sickness, I think my mental has really suffered. And because of that, I just found it very difficult to care about makeup and products and all that. However, for me, it's a vicious circle because I think this does bring me joy. Getting ready does kind of help me get in a better routine. You know, every day I usually try to get ready, put my clothes on. And when you're either not capable because of sickness or other things, or you're just depressed, I think it's very hard to force yourself to get there when you're in pajamas all day. I'm definitely speaking for myself. I personally need to get ready, get dressed, get out of the house multiple times a day. Like, I like my house, but I need to be active. I need to go train. I need to do things for my mind to be good. Now, it's nice to have one day at home, but you know, that's me personally. There's so many friends that I have that love to be in their cozies at home all day, and they'd rather, you know, not face the world outside. I'm not that way. And so I think being sick for so long, and by the way, there's no major sickness that I know of. So it's just like things kind of happened one after the other where, you know, I was stuck at home and in bed. I think I was in bed for 1 week straight, literally. Like, I did not get out of bed. Maybe one day, and then I got sick again, and then I was back in bed. That definitely is not healthy for my mind. So that's kind of where I've been and what's been going on. And I do think it's wise to go get some testing because I don't ever remember being just sick and tired and exhausted for that long. And this is not just these 2 weeks. It's been a few months since I felt good. And so I think getting some tests, maybe I just need some vitamins or things like that. So I'm just working on that, finding a doctor, because we don't even have a physician. The kids have, you know, their pediatrician, but us as adults, we don't really have a doctor. If there's anything wrong, we just go to like urgent care next door. So that's pretty much my story. And I have a few things that I want to focus. And I don't know if you're struggling with this and if this may be helpful to you, but this is what I'm planning to do. By the way, I'm using the Sacheu Contour Stay and something. This is a long-lasting contour, and I really like it. This was sent to me. I've been trying it out for a bit now. They sent it maybe over a month ago. I did wear it a lot more, you know, before I got sick, and I like it. I think it does last a long time. And this color, it's in 02. I do have 03 as well. I didn't even open it yet, but this is good for contour. I'll put a bronzer on top. So a couple of things to help my mind more than my body, because there's only so much control that I have over how I feel physically. Obviously, eat good, sleep good, and all that. For my mind, I will try to get up earlier and just get out of bed without thinking about it. I am not a morning person, and I do go to bed quite late, or I fall asleep late. But my hope is that if I do wake up early, then maybe my body will get exhausted and just hopefully fall asleep. So get out of bed even if I'm tired, if I don't want to, just do it. Andrew is naturally a morning person, so he can easily get up with the kids and help. He works from home too. So it's not like I am forced to get up at 6 a.m. every day, but I would like to, you know, make it a priority just to try to have some alone time either with myself or with Andrew before the kids wake up. So that is one thing that for my mind I'm going to try to do. Another thing is, you know, get my workouts in the morning. I do like to go to the gym as well and lift some weights. So if I'm obviously physically healthy, I would like to do that in the morning. If I wait till later in the day, I feel like it almost weighs on me, and it's in the back of my head like, okay, I need to go work out, and then I can't get fully ready and with my clothes and stuff like that. Now I do train at night pretty much all the time. So I train jiu-jitsu from either 6 or 7 at night. And so the evenings are completely taken over. So besides that, I try to get 3 lifting weights a week, but those I would like to do them in the morning. Can we take a moment to see how pretty this product is? I think that blended in really nicely. It's contoured my face. It's not too gray. It's not too warm. This is really, really beautiful. I did see that Farah Hamidi came out with a new bronzer, and I did purchase one, and I'm very excited about that. I haven't bought a ton of makeup lately because I just didn't have interest in it, but there's a few things that excite me, and that's one of them, and my Prada highlighters, which I want to try in just a little bit. Also, Sacheu did send to me their new highlighters. I do have them. So I don't know, maybe I should try those on next instead of my Prada. Let's first try these new Chantecaille blushes. This is the Cheek Gelée. I think they reformulated these. Did they make them clean? I thought I heard something about it. I have 3 colors: Delight, Euphoric, and Thrill. Oh my gosh, the Thrill looks so pretty. Let's swatch them. These are the colors, and they seem quite luminous. That one still pulls me in. That really light one is really pretty. I think Delight, Euphoric, and the darkest one is Thrill. Oh my gosh, that one is the one that I kind of want to wear. Yeah, the lightest one has like this gold shift in it, if you can see right there. These are light, but they are buildable. Which one should we use? I want to use Thrill. Another thing that I want to do is walk every single day. I'm just taking my Hourglass number 15 brush. I really think that getting yourself into the sunlight, walking, getting outside will help mentally, anybody honestly, and obviously physically, and hopefully those endorphins will come in, and you know, it'll just make me more ready for the day. I would love to take the kids more on walks. They are outside all the time. That is beautiful. quite sheer though, surprisingly sheer. I will build it up, but oh my goodness. See, this makes me happy. I should have recorded a few days ago, but I was full on sick. So I think that that would be something that will help me a lot. I have a weighted vest, and I think that that would be a good extra workout, and it will clear my mind a lot. It is a very hot. It's getting like 90 here and humid, so that's fine. Make it a non-negotiable, you know, just get out and walk. I also think that that would be a great place to start to try to get back on track. This is so beautiful. I'm like shocked. I don't need a highlighter with this. It is stunning. It is much sheer than I thought it would be, but I was able to build it up a little bit. But wow, that looks beautiful. That's exciting. See, this is making me happy. I'm talking as if I'm the most depressed person ever. No, guys, that is not the case. It's just, I think my sadness or what I've been struggling with mentally is correlated with physical sickness. And, you know, I think a lot about people that are chronically ill and how they manage to make the best out of their life and their situation, and it puts life in perspective. And I want to be like that, you know, even if I have a bad physical day and I'm exhausted, maybe going on that walk will help me mentally. And I think it's a vicious circle, because if you can't sleep at night and I can't go work out and be out and about, that I'm not almost tired enough at night to go to bed, and then I don't sleep again. I've suffered with insomnia throughout my life, so it's not a new thing, but it's hard when you have little kids to take care of. They're not that little anymore, but you know, they're still kids that need help. And so yeah, those are a few things that I want to do. And I, again, want to get dressed every day, put my makeup on, just be ready for the day, even if I'm tired. And I think that that would hopefully help. And I also think I'm going to try to write down my priorities for the day. I am not a type A person. I don't know if you guys have noticed. I'm definitely a type B, mostly when it comes to time. So I kind of walk around and, you know, do whatever. Like, it'll all work out in the end. But I do think some structure will be helpful, in writing down certain things that I want to achieve that day will hopefully help me. And I would love to do the same thing for my channel. Just write things down, new ideas, and to try to be a little bit more organized with that, which does not come naturally. I usually just do whatever I feel like. And I don't think that that is very wise. And I would love to be more creative. I think I'm just such a creative person that I would love to incorporate a little bit more of an interesting filming style, a little bit more of a vlog or clothing. I'm really into fashion, and I know I've tried it before. It's just I wasn't organized enough to do it. So hopefully I'll be able to do that and incorporate a little bit more interesting things. I will always review makeup. I love makeup, but I don't think that the releases that I've seen are that interesting to me. There's only a few releases in the past I want to say month that I'm even interested in purchasing or reviewing. And reviewing something that you're not interested in, I have no desire to do that, you know. I think it will show eventually on my channel that I'm not passionate about that. And yeah, I think it's not going to be true to who I am and how I'm evolving as a person. And yeah, I would love to know your thoughts on that. I think I'm just speaking in circles and kind of whatever comes into my mind, I'm starting to share, which I never do. It's just what feels right now. Okay, this is beautiful, but if you have deep skin tone, this is not going to show on you. Even the darker shade, but wow, on my skin tone, this is beautiful. It has such a beautiful glow. I love the tone of it. It's perfect for summer. But even if you build it up, I think medium skin tone could use it, but if you're deep, I don't think you could. I was shearing it out a little bit, but I love that. That is so beautiful. Do you guys feel like the makeup community is changing a little bit? I have a feeling like that it is, but I don't know if it's because I've been detached from makeup for a couple of months. Like I haven't been on top of things. Is it that, or do you guys feel it as well? I would love to know your thoughts on it. And I'm saying all this not because I ever want to stop reviewing makeup. I love it. Like this brings me so much joy, you know, trying these new products on, but I do think that there's room for other things that will help me as a creative person get a little bit more fulfillment, and hopefully I can bring something more creative to YouTube. So yeah, let me know your thoughts. Okay, so these are the new Sacheu Liquid Glow. I have 3 colors here. I think this 02 looks really pretty. Should we try that on? We do have quite a bit of glow, but I kind of feel like trying this. Okay, the packaging feels nice and heavy, and I assume that this is a liquid highlighter. Oh, it has a doe foot applicator. Oh, that's exciting. I like those applicators. Okay, that is the color right there. This is in the shade 2. It's quite glowy. It blended in really nice, and it's thin and no glitter. This looks good. Okay, I'm gonna take just a little bit, put it on the palm of my hand, and I'm actually gonna take my finger, take a little bit because I don't want too much. It seems quite bright, and I'm gonna put it here. This is pretty, but is it necessary, you know? I feel like with that blush, it wasn't necessary. I just wanted to test it out. The shade is nice. I think the shade 3 is maybe a little bit more beigey gold. I mean, it's really pretty. I like how it's thin. It's more of a champagne-y color. I've been liking what Sacheu's been doing lately. This is not sponsored, by the way. Absolutely not. They just sent this over and it's been sitting here for a while, and I wanted to try them on. Their lip stains, I've been using them for, I want to say, a year and a half, and their blushes are so beautiful. So they have some really good products, and I love that it's long lasting. Just adding a little bit more of this blush to combine it with that highlighter, so it's melted into each other. Okay, so what new releases are you guys interested in? There's a few that I am interested in. Definitely the Farah Hamidi bronzer. I'm so excited. I don't know if it's shipped yet, but that's one that I really want to try out, and I already ordered. I know Pat McGrath came out with new lip liners. I'm iffy about that. I may pick up a couple of shades if I see them in Sephora. Ooh, you know what I'm interested in? I am interested in the new Huda Beauty stains. She has a kind of lip liner stain, and I'm curious about that. I think they're coming out soon, so I really want to try that out. And also the new stains, lip stains, as you can see, there's a theme here from Violet FR. I want to try those as well. I was hoping I could go swatch them in person, but they don't sell them around us. I want that deepest shade, so I may purchase one of those. Those are like the few new releases that caught my eye. I haven't been really following new releases much, but I would love your input on what you want to see next. Another thought that I had about how to kind of get out of a funk that has helped me is knowing what you enjoy doing and that brings you joy. You know, for example, makeup brings me joy. It makes me feel better. So even if I don't feel like it, sometimes it's wise for me to have the willpower to just go ahead and do it, because I know the results will mean that I'll probably be happier or get out of a funk. And that's one thing that, you know, brings me joy. Or gardening, you know, I've been slowly building my garden. So even if I don't feel like going out there to the garden, which is not big, it's small, but it brings me joy. And starting to kind of clean the garden, clean my roses, pick up whatever herbs that need to be picked up. That also brings me joy and puts me in a better mindset. For me personally, training, even though I really don't want to go because it's such a physical task and it's tiring. I don't think I've ever regretted going to training unless I hurt myself. But for my mind, I almost never regret training. It keeps me so level-headed and balanced. So I do think it's important to know what brings you joy and do it, even if you don't feel like it, because it may kind of pull you out of a funk. A clean house brings me so much joy. If I go to bed and the kitchen's all messy and there's stuff all over, my mind cannot handle that. Waking up to that is so depressing. So knowing that, I would try to have the house picked up and ready and the kitchen all cleaned up, because I know if I wake up to a messy kitchen, it's just already starting on a bad foot. So that's just something that I need, and it helps me. And I think it's good to have that list in your mind, to know yourself enough to pick yourself up even when you don't feel like it. I've used the Natasha Denona mini palette. I think it's perfect. It's such a good everyday palette. I think I'm feeling a little glitter. I'm taking this Apricot in We Need Better Lighting. I think I'm gonna go with this one first. I'm gonna take some off because I don't want it super intense and then go, oh, that's so intense. That's so intense. Just adding a little bit of that white on top in the center as well. It's probably a little bit more bright than I thought it would be. That's okay. I don't know why I thought that, because there's literally white and gold here. Okay, mascara is next. I'll curl my lashes real quick. What a difference curling your lashes makes. So I have two mascaras here. I'm gonna start with the Chantecaille, and I may go with a little bit of the Prada on top of it. I like the Chantecaille because it's more natural, but it does have those peptides in it, so it really helps with my lashes growing. I haven't used a lash serum in months. I need to get another one. So this, I feel like it helps, but we'll see if I need a little bit more of the Prada, because that one's a little bit more wet. This is getting a little bit more dry, so it's a little bit softer. Another thing that I wanted to mention that helps me get out of a funk is music, listening to certain type of music. And I think music has a huge impact. I grew up with music, classical music, you know, we all did some sort of an instrument, singing and things like that. And I think music has a huge impact. And yeah, turning on some music that puts you in a good mood, in a happier mood, you know, I think I tend to reach for more melancholic songs and things like that when I'm sad. And I think that that can also be a way to feed that sadness or depression or that mood that you're in. I don't want to just throw around the word depression as if anybody that's sad is suddenly depressed. I don't think so. I think that mental illness is a real thing. And, you know, I think having some bad days doesn't automatically mean that you're just a depressed person or depressed in general. That's just my personal opinion on it. And that's coming from somebody who has definitely lived with people with mental illnesses and that, you know, struggled a lot with depression when I was younger. That's why I don't like to just refer to it as being depressed, because I don't necessarily think that having a few bad days automatically means you're just suddenly depressed. It's okay to have bad days. It's okay to not feel happy all the time. If it's chronic, obviously we're talking about two completely different things. But if you're struggling here and there, I think these could be a couple good things that could help you get out of that mindset. And I do think music has power, and yeah, put some fun music, some worship, whatever gets you out of it. I know for me, something more upbeat can be helpful because I do love my sad songs. I'm putting a little bit of a bronzer. This is my Dior bronzer. It's pretty much the only one I've been using because it's been sitting here since I bought it, I want to say. I've been using like bronze drops and things like that, but always at the end, I love to go with a fluffy bronzer. Just as a finishing thing. Okay, lips. This is my favorite part. I don't even know what to do. Chantecaille sent over some glosses, so we could try one of those glosses. These are the colors. You have two more kind of sparkly one, and then this pink one. This is more of a gold sparkle. Then you have this kind of almost icy pink, and then just a regular pink. Let me swatch them. Here they are swatched. I'm not sure how much you're going to be able to tell because they are light. They just have different kind of color shifts. So this one right here, can you tell? This one is in the shade Gleam. Then we have the shade Glimmer. And the last one right here is Love. I'm going to put a little bit of a lip liner. These are the Charlotte Tilbury Duo lip liners in the shade Medium. I love these. I have them in my purse. I have the medium and the medium tan. And I think they're perfect. They're easy to work with. See, I think putting a lip liner on top of your stain will give your lip more definition. So even if I have a stain on, I will always go with a lip liner. Okay, I will go with the other side a little bit in the center. And then, ooh, should we use the gold one? Because we're kind of more golden, bronzy. Let's use a little bit of this in the center. Oh, that's really pretty. Not a lot comes off. Like, it's not a lot of a product. It's actually just enough for how glowy this is. I will wipe it off before I put it in because I will ruin the gloss. Okay, that looks really, really beautiful. It's not too sparkly. So if you're looking for extra sparkle, this may not be it. This is like an elegant sparkle. It feels very nice. It's not sticky at all either. I know that these are extremely expensive, so, you know, it's definitely probably not worth the money, but that is really, really beautiful. That's very nice. It kind of reminds me of the color-wise, the new one from Charlotte Tilbury that came out with a lip liner. This is not as thick as that one. This is very light, almost like a gloss oil, not sticky at all, thin. It's very thin and you don't have that plumping effect. Oh, that's really beautiful. Okay, let's take my little clips out. That is the makeup today. The base is very light. Like, you can still see my freckles and my imperfections through it, but I think it's put together. I think the color matches just fine. And I have to say, out of everything, there's two products that impressed me the most. Definitely the base from Trinny London. This is the tinted serum. I think this is beautiful. It's very light on the skin, so it's not going to be a medium coverage. It's a true tint, but I think it's beautiful, and the way it kind of sits on the skin, it's a very blurring. I really like this. And then the Chantecaille cheek in the shade Thrill. I think it's so beautiful. It's sheer, so expect that, but the color is perfect for summer. It gives you that bronzed look. I really like this one. Obviously, I didn't try the other ones, but I love the effect that it gives. Those two are the two standouts from what I've tried today. So, wow, what a different video, and kind of definitely outside of my comfort zone to talk so privately about things that I struggle with. But I hope that this can help somebody, that you're not alone if you feel down. Obviously, if you struggle mentally, go seek professional help. This is just for some people that, you know, just from day to day, you sometimes struggle, you get sick physically, you don't know how to come back, you know, maybe it'll help to know that you're not alone, and we all struggle with these things, and we all want to be a better version of ourselves for our kids, for our family, for our friends, for whoever's around us. So I love you guys. I'm so thankful to have you here. Definitely having this channel almost pushes me to get out of my funk, get out of my mind, and get back to work. And it makes me happy. It truly makes me happy. I feel 70% better now that I recorded this, that I put makeup on, that I got to kind of share with you. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and leave me your thoughts down below, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.